paper with Dave Keiter from University of Georgia. He does feral hog work. So you want to just kind of go back over again who you are? Sorry.
So my name is Dave Keiter. I'm originally from Oregon. I went to York College of Environmental Science and Forestry, and I'm currently a master's student at the University of Georgia studying the population ecology.
So you did your undergrad up in New York. Tell us a little bit about the university up there.
So SUNY ESF they're very well integrated into the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation. So there's a lot of work that can be done on the landscape, as well as really a good academic program for undergraduates.
So what brought you to University of Georgia? Was it the project, the advisor, just the overall program?
Essentially, I was interested in coming to UGA because when I talked to the professor, I got along with him very well, but also with wild pigs, there's so many questions that haven't really been answered yet, and so it seemed like a good opportunity to start to get at species that we really don't know, but is critical to understanding its impacts.
So, with feral hogs, like, where is it they come from? Or sorry, wild pigs. Yeah. 'Cause I'm so used to the feral hogs. That's usually how we've say it up in Michigan. So
yeah. So I mean, they can be feral hogs if the population is animals that have escaped, don't have wild boar genetics. But in general, wild pigs and feral hogs, they're all originally from Europe. They were first brought over to the U.S. when it was colonized in the 1500s by Spanish settlers. Here and throughout the U.S. differ a little bit because in some places there have been introductions of wild boar for hunting purposes. Populations are pure feral pig, animals that have escaped farms or been released from farms. But they're all originally from Europe. They're a really incredible creature because they can survive in just about any habitat in their native range.
So they're invasive. How widespread of an invasive are they? Like, where do you find them in North America? Is it just in Georgia, or?
So they're rapidly increasing invasives. Over the last couple of decades, they've expanded from 17 to 38 states, which is quite a large geographic area. And it's thought that a lot of this is due to illegal translocations for hunting purposes. Someone goes down to the Southeast or California or Texas where they've has an enjoyable time hunting pigs and decides that they want to do it in their own state and illegally traps them and brings them and start new populations. So that's really an issue, and that's actually been addressed through a lot of legislative advancements.
Hunt, or are people hunting them for food?
Essentially, it's that they're fun to hunt. They're cryptic species a lot of the time, so it's something that people find interesting to hunt, really, and just to change species. But of course, the regular game species are native to the U.S. and don't have nearly the negative impacts that wild pigs do.
So what does your fieldwork actually entail? Like, what are you looking when you go out there? Are you just trying to find where they are? Are you trying to find what impacts they're having?
So for the most part, my projects are looking at development of pig populations. So one study I've been involved in is comparing a number of different population density estimators, trying to look at how effective our control techniques are. Other projects I've been involved in are looking at piglet survival, because it's thought that piglet survival might be a big driver of population growth. And this species is expanding so it's important that we really understand these factors better.
So anyways, with that, with things.
We've found a couple of different methods that we think will be successful in monitoring pigs. We're hoping to get that paper submitted soon. In terms of density estimators, there's no one silver bullet for the problems. Perform better under certain conditions.
So where do you see this research going afterwards? Are there things to try to continue on, or?
So once we can start to get good estimates of density, we can start linking that to estimates and the density associated with them, and then reduce populations and see how that reduces the new density. So we can create these causal relationships, which will really let us basically figure out what is the threshold at which we need to manage wild pig populations? Where do we need to be managing them so that they're not extirpating native species or causing incredible amounts of damage to agriculture or wildlife?
All right. So just for all of you who are joining in, I'm here with Dave Keiter from University of Georgia. He's a grad student that's doing wild pig work. It's so hard for me to like say wild. I keep wanting to say feral hog. You can keep saying
feral hog. It doesn't matter to me. So, say whatever you want.
But yeah, so if you have any questions about his work with the wild pigs, I almost said feral hog again. I feel like it was right on the tip of my tongue. With wild pigs, I want to make sure I'm using like the established industry correct or research correct term with it. So if you have any questions about that and his work with invasive species, feel free to shoot in a question. Hey, hello there from Paris.
Predictable about a pig is that it's going to be unpredictable, which is really annoying when it comes to actually getting work done with them. As for funny little stories, I mean, I think my first day on the job, I went out with my advisor to actually try and hunt one of these collared pigs so that we could recover take some organ samples to look at potential contaminants.
Okay.
And this was a 350-pound boar. And we're walking through the woods, and we have a good idea of where this pig is. And I tell my advisor, I'm like, all right, I'll go a shot at him. And then immediately after, it occurs to me, like, what am I doing? I'm going to try and flush a thor. And so I talked to my advisor. I'm like, what do I do if he charges at me? My advisor's like, well, if he comes at you, climb a tree. And I look around, and he's like, these trees don't have any branches. He's like, you'll find a way.
Yeah. It's amazing how fast you can scramble up those tall skin. It's coming at me.
Yeah. Turned out not to be a problem. I've never actually had a...
Yeah, my theory has always been to stay just enough shape that I can outrun the person that's right next to me. So
there you go.
Yeah. Which, nephew, because I originally wanted to do some cougar work when I first got into grad school, and people were asking me, well, I'll just take out my nephew, who at the time was 5 years old and a little fast. So I don't know if I'm going to take him out. I'm going to have to find someone else who's a little slower.
Give him a heavy backpack or something.
He still might beat me. That kid is fast, but I don't know. So how many, I know we've met at other Wildlife Society conferences, so how many Wildlife Society conferences have you come to, and what can you tell us about your experiences?
Fourth I've been to. Honestly, okay. I love the Wildlife Society. It is a really good organization that's ongoing in the field, and so it's been a good way to connect with other people in research and management and really understand the impacts that our work has on the actual environment.
Yeah. So just a reminder, live from Wildlife Society in Raleigh, North Carolina. We're having our annual meeting here, so there's a whole bunch of a lot of great work being done by folks all over the world that they're showcasing it here. So tell us a little bit about the University of Georgia grad program there. What have your experiences been with it? Like what things that they do that you've found maybe that are unique and really amazing that the university does?
I don't know if any one of them is going to be particularly unique, just because universities have been around for just forever. So they've honed a lot of things, but UGA really does have a great program. I've enjoyed my time there quite a bit. The grad student groups, the grad student organization, started up a series of workshops and talks in the morning. So once a week, all the grad students just get together for coffee, different topic, like an introduction to a certain type of statistics or avenues for collaboration among grad students, and nice experience because you're sort of teaching your fellow grad students, which teaches you a lot about the subject yourself.
Right.
And it's a good way people are doing, which is not something you necessarily get.
Yeah, it's always interesting for me to hear how other universities run their programs, what improvements we can make, within our own program. So how big is the program? Like, how many grad students do you guys have there? And
you're asking me the tough ones. I think we've got a couple hundred grad students in my department.
By your guys' alumni reception, that room seemed like it was popping out of this. My handle is Forums. If you want to be able to watch this later on YouTube or listen to it on SoundCloud, go to wildlifebiogal.com and you'll have the links to get to those sites as well. I should have some more broadcasts coming later researchers that will be coming on. Once I get those times nailed down, I'll make sure to let you guys know. But yeah, just make sure you follow me on updates of when periscopes are going to be, because they could be just coming fast and furious through the next couple days as researchers in this like I did Dave. So, but yeah, I hope you guys all have a great day, and go out and see what invasive species you have around you, because you will find in your community when it comes to invasive species. So go check it out, go explore, and stay tuned for more live research from